Todd, what are you doing? What are you eating? Is that one of Dan's special super secret cupcakes?
Special.
I'm going to be wasted in about 14 minutes.
Special ingredient, huh?
I had one of those cupcakes before.
They are really good.
Dude, he puts this chocolatey thing in the middle.
Gooey.
Like, what'd you end up making me, Dan? A purple one?
Chocolate starfish.
A purple
We'll
one?
We'll have to get a picture of it. It's in the refrigerator. But we'll totally get Is it gooey?
That's fucking awesome.
Is it good? Dan is a great gardener, he's an okay editor, and he's a great baker.
He just talks too much.
Oh, yeah, but even well, I won't say it. He talks. Wait, does he talk less now or more now because of what he quit?
I don't think that's true anymore.
You don't think that matters?
No, until we institute a piss test.
Well, you know what? Can we do that on the show? Go, Dan.
I would
make
love
a note
to see those results.
Dan, make a note to order
that drug. Yep.
Everybody
that
takes
drug,
a piss test.
That drug.
Shit, I got to take one. Can we wait? Can we wait a couple weeks?
Jared's fully clean.
Can we wait a couple weeks since OBX?
Uh-oh.
Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Welcome to RAWtalk episode number 195. We're almost at 200, but 200's not a milestone. 250 is a milestone.
269.
Maybe we should celebrate on 269 in another. That's
I
over
feel
a
like
year.
we just did 100 not that long ago.
That's what we had.
It's funny how numbers
Year and
work.
a half ago at this point, yeah.
Crazy how numbers work.
Wow.
This show's been going on. It's been going on for a while.
It has.
Speaking of going on for a while, luckily last week I was away.
You made it back.
Oh, whew.
Safe and sound.
Damn it.
Oh, so wet.
It's not sweaty yet.
It's like you're back in the ocean.
Yeah, it's like the ocean, which I did go in the ocean. Did anybody out there see the what I wore in the ocean?
No, I saw that the Olympics water turned green. I thought that was because of you.
Nope. But here's the picture of what I wore in the ocean. I wasn't going to go in the ocean because I don't like the ocean.
Why?
Unless it's the Caribbean. Because it's dirty in the Atlantic.
Because you look like Squidward when you have your fucking shirt off.
Well, who's Squidward?
What? SpongeBob?
Oh, I've never watched that. But when I went in the ocean, it felt amazing.
Did you get a tan?
What was that?
Did you get a tan?
You
got a farmer's tan.
Did you keep your jeans on and wash them while you were
definitely
there?
left your shirt on the entire time.
Well, I
didn't
left
you?
my shirt on except for when I went in the ocean and in the pool. The jeans were only the first day, and as soon as I took those off, I took my watch off, I took my jeans off, and I just wore shorts the entire time without shoes or anything.
You take your toupee off?
No, that stayed on. But the ocean was great. I just felt like I was going to get eaten by a shark the whole time.
Why?
Just because I felt like I was going to get eaten by a shark.
Good thing you didn't go in.
I did go in, and then I came back after body surfing. It was fun. I had fun in the ocean.
That's a good time.
The trip was good. For the first 4 days, there was no Wi-Fi in the house. Looks like I've used 9.5 gigs of data on my phone.
Holy crap. You barely contacted us, though, that whole week.
Yeah,
You did good. You were unplugged.
Well, I liked having my phone barely where we were.
Yeah.
And I'll say this for everybody: is you go to Outer Banks, it's North Carolina. Where we went, there's one road that goes there, but where we went, there were no roads.
Ooh.
So we were going where there were no roads.
Back to the future.
So
yeah.
you turn literally off pavement onto the freaking beach. And you need 4x4s to drive. We went 9 miles down the beach to the 19.5 mile mark, turned off onto a side dirt road.
That's cool.
And came up to that beautiful house, like 6-7 bedrooms, 4,000 square feet, huge.
Look at me.
I drove up in my Porsche. 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms.
One guest, all for me.
All for me and my help.
And my help. There were 14 people in the house.
Cool.
It was
In
my
one
brother.
room.
A lot of my brother's friends from college. One of our friends from up here.
Where were all your friends?
Who's the guy I know?
Where were your friends?
Kyle. He's funny.
Kyle. Kyle was awesome. He's got this awesome dog
He's
named
so
Kasha.
funny. Yeah.
It's perfectly trained. I love this dog. It was a lot of fun. But the beach, it was really good on unconnecting or disconnecting for a week. You're 40 minutes off the pavement, so you really stayed on the beach.
You're literally on like a little stretch.
Where we were. Because if we were in the city part, you would only be within 10 minutes of everything. But
Did you let your nub get some sun?
No. There were kids around. There were 2 3-year-olds, which we made cupcakes because it was her birthday.
Oh.
So we made cupcakes. I licked the bowl. Their parents don't let kids lick bowls anymore.
Salmonella.
Not lick balls, lick bowls, Todd. They say salmonella.
I got nothing. I'm going to leave you and licking balls and the kids alone.
Whatever. So
You took pictures, right?
I took some pictures,
Yeah.
and I'm
going
going
to
to
leave
ask.
that alone too.
I took pictures of all the kids. in their bedrooms and in the pool and on the beach. The mother was in the bedroom when I took a picture.
As you're in the closet.
is that even
taking
worse?
Again, that sounds like my search history.
Search history. You know, it'd be funny if that was animated. If we have any animators
Were
out
there
there
any
again,
stepmoms involved?
I would love to get an animator to take clips, and we'll pay them something each week to create,
It took
clips
so
again.
long for the people who used to
It
animate
did.
some of our clips.
Well,
like
maybe
20
we could,
seconds. It
maybe
take
we
like 2
could come
weeks.
up with something quicker. But I'm going to ask the parents if it's all right to share the photos here for a critique.
Cool.
Because I'd love to get your guys' opinion on the photos and all that
can't
stuff.
wait. You get so defensive with your critiques.
Whatever, dude.
Love it.
So let me do the plug real quick, and then we'll talk about one other thing.
Cool.
Or a couple of other things before we get into the photo news.
Yep.
The
All
plug
right,
is...
hold on. Let's do a plug. Dave?
And now, here's this week's Pluggy McPluggerson.
Thank you.
We need to get Dave back and just have even more
Live
done.
reads, the
We
whole
need to
show.
do more.
I wanted to say something about, and here's Dan.
That's the only one we don't have, actually.
We need to get
and
that.
Noah. I don't think we have anything with Noah either.
All right,
And now, somebody being weird, here's Noah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Rode microphone. As you know, they're Australian. See, I changed it up. Speaking of Australia,
Oh, boy, here we go. Down the
Bindi
rabbit hole.
Irwin came up on my Instagram feed. It's a video of her. Woo, she's looking hot.
What?
Bindi Irwin is looking hot. And then I went into the you know how you go deeper into the, what do they call that? Into the rabbit hole?
Yeah,
Down the
sure.
rabbit hole?
Sure.
Then there was Bobby Irwin's Instagram. Then there was the Australian Zoo Instagram. It was awesome. When we go to Australia, because hopefully Rode brings us to Australia, we need to go to the Australian Zoo to see Bindi and Bobby Irwin.
So where we're going, we do need road.
Maybe.
Gotcha.
Something like that. Anyway, the plug, being that I sidestepped to the Australian Zoo plug, is here it is. Both the SM3-R, which I now know what it is.
What is it?
I had to look it up. I gave Dan a link. Put a picture up on the screen for me. It's a microphone.
I figured.
And the stereo video mic Pro have been
Surprise.
updated with Rycote Lyre suspension on board. That's a company that makes these awesome shock mounts.
Yeah, it's been updated.
The shock mounts are great.
Yeah.
We've actually, remember when I was like,
The
what
video
the?
mic Go has the Rycote Lyre.
I was like, what the hell is Rycote Lyre? And
You're
they had
a
to
liar.
They had to give me this dissertation on it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I get it now. It's a shock mount because the old one sucked. The one with the
You would
rubber
hear the
bands,
noise, yeah.
with the rubber bands sucked because they always fell apart. Anyway, the Rycote Lyre thing is much better. So Rycote Lyre suspension on board, ensuring maximum isolation from any handling noise and no need to ever replace rubber bands. I just said that.
You did.
Oh.
I just said that because rubber
You
bands.
learned.
Remember those kids that were like 13 in school and always had to put rubber bands into their braces?
Oh, yeah, and
Braces
then
in the back.
But then they'd launch
They would
them at
chop.
you. They'd go, shoot them at
It
you.
was like, oh, I'm going to put in pink rubber. There was a girl. She's like, my name is Jennifer, and I wear pink rubber bands. What the hell did that?
It's like Taco Bell Becky.
What
She's
the
got pink
rubber bands do?
I don't know.
I don't even know what they did.
I always have rubbers in my mouth.
Dental dams, Todd. Dental dams. The SM3-R is a suspension shock mount with camera shoe adapter for mounting various Rode microphones onto a camera via the standard hot/cold shoe mount. The SM3-R is equipped with dual Rycote Lyre mounts to ensure maximum isolation from any handling vibration. So if you're shooting,
Feel the vibration.
that's it.
You had no transition
segue.
there.
Wait, hold on. The new Stereo Video Mic Pro provides high-quality stereo option for videographers and is ideal for recording music and the atmospheric ambient essentials
Perfect.
in whatever it is you're recording in a building. It builds a realistic audio scene.
It does.
Perfect. Speaking of nerds, Todd is the biggest nerd of all.
I am not the biggest nerd of all.
He is pretty nerdy.
He went to Monroeville,
Monroeville?
which...
Outside of Pittsburgh.
First off, favorite line from Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Bobby Long.
Amazing Kevin Smith movie. You need to watch this movie.
It is funny.
Excuse me, Monrovers. My name is Bobby Long, and I what's he say? And I love what's his name?
I forget.
I forget. Great movie.
Superman.
Yeah, the
I haven't
Superman.
seen Justin Long in a
So
movie in a while.
where did you go and why?
It was a comic book convention near Pittsburgh. And the only reason I went is because all the people from Weird Science were there.
And you love weird
And
science.
I love Weird Science. Favorite movie of
Classic.
all time. And I've never seen them anywhere, so we took a road trip. And I bring a poster to sign because I'm a nerd. And I have the script I found online
Oh, yeah, the one you
for
just
them to
bought.
sign. And one of the managers offered to buy it from me. And I told him to pound sand.
What did he
as Jared
offer?
would say.
I'm curious.
Blowjob.
$100.
$10 more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Hey, dude.
Screw that.
Yeah, we've never seen a script like this. I'll give you $100.
I was like,
Extra $10.
no, and sign it, please. So I did all that, but you get there, you pay him for the autograph, and then you also pay him to take a selfie, like with your phone, or somebody takes it with you at the table. But then you also can pay like a premium price for school pictures, like in front of a
Like
drop.
a step and repeat,
In front, yeah.
meet and
So
greet
you
type
go
thing.
and you got the flash and all that.
Shit I would do
so
for
I
the
got
radio
that
station
done
all the
too.
time.
So for like the 3 of them, that cost $90. But then you could also get like Christopher Lloyd. He was like $100.
I would have paid it though.
That's what I'm
For him,
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like I probably wouldn't have done all this if it would have been just like Kelly LeBrock, or if it would have just been Anthony Michael Hall. I wouldn't have gone to all this trouble. But
How's she looking today, by the way?
she looked good. You can
Yeah.
see it on the picture. I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah, I see the picture right now.
It's like
Looks good.
30, it was 30 years ago. So I mean, she looks pretty good for it being 30 years ago that she was smoking hot. But
I didn't realize that was Bill Paxton.
I'm
oh
Bill
yeah,
Paxton.
Chet. Well, and my dog's name is Chet, so that's how much I love the movie. But also at the same time, what's his name was there? Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter was there.
Yeah.
So Morgan had a heart attack, and she went and saw him, got an autograph. But with him, I'm telling you, dude, line was like 300 people at all times to see him. It was like Disneyland.
How much was he charging?
$50 for an autograph. $50 for a selfie that he takes.
Ooh.
So he takes your phone,
A little bit of an
and
incentive
takes
there.
a selfie. And I have pictures of this. So
That's kind of cool, though.
Did you pay for those pictures?
Of course
Sure.
we did.
You gotta make Morgan happy.
And then we paid, I think, $80 for like the step and repeat one, whatever you want to call it, the professional
So
picture.
$180 for him
So
alone.
I spent $180 for Morgan to get
And
everything.
you know
she
every
needed.
one of those kids are also spending $180.
Dude,
He's
when
making bank.
I'm, you know me, I'm sitting in the back and I'm just doing the math. I'm like, so
That's
is-
one
right,
DSLR
right
guy,
this second,
two
there's at
DSLR
least
guys.
200 people in this line right now, like right this second, and all day, it's 200 people. So if he sees 1,000 people a day, and let's just say he makes $100 a person, he could probably bounce with a couple $100,000, tax man.
Easy weekend, man.
But and it's cash. Oh, here's the greatest thing of all. So when they leave and they go take their step and repeats and they come and they run back and forth to do like Q&As,
Yeah.
all of them carry like backpacks. And I'm like, I guarantee you, I told my wife, I was like, I guarantee you they're running back and forth with these backpacks, keeping their stash.
Just
like
cash
if you've
money.
got 50 grand sitting there, you're like, yeah, you're cool, but you're not that
I'm
cool.
sure they don't have they don't have a handler with like a lockbox or something
They
on
have
site?
handlers. They all have handlers with like the bank bags. But dude, I saw the bank bags just going back and forth from Draco Malfoy. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. But
a
like
money
they're all
pit, yeah.
they're also little people. Lou Ferrigno.
Little people.
I-
What are you
he's-
talking? What do you mean,
I
little
mean,
people?
He's quite the opposite.
Not the big long lines.
Yeah.
But like Lou Ferrigno was there, and like guys from WCW
I know nothing
guys, and
about
like Michael
WCW.
Roker
I'm a
from like
WWF
Guardians
guy.
of the Galaxy and Walking Dead, and
That's cool.
so it was fun. It was fun. It was a road trip.
So if anybody's out there, you know, the photo side of this that Todd was making the point of is that they have the step and repeat banners for a
Yep.
professional photographer to take the photos. That's pretty interesting that they do something along the lines of that and sell it.
We did that with bands, but we would never sell it, ever.
So it was a good trip.
It was awesome.
So if anybody's out there that does stuff like this at Comic-Con, because I know people take pictures of that, let us know down in the comments. It'd be pretty cool.
He was shooting with a Canon, by the way.
Oh, the one other thing is we had issues with power outages.
Yes,
And
both
this is-
of us.
this is photo
And I live in
related.
Jersey. You live in Philly.
You had a power outage,
Yep.
and your battery backup kicked in while
Right
you were
away.
editing.
Yep.
I had a power outage while I wasn't home, and I knew because we got an email from the building that said the power's out, blah, blah, blah. So I called Dan, who lives around the corner, and sent him over here to
Shut it down
down my
properly.
computers if
Yep.
the battery didn't already die.
Yep.
He got here, and it still said 49 minutes.
Hey, Jared. What's up? What do you need? What did I do wrong?
So he did nothing wrong. He came over. He called me from my office and said, it's still running. It says
Yeah.
49 minutes.
It's still running.
Which is good because normally it's it says 149 minutes. when
Mine
the
said
power.
250,
Well,
but I
that's
think I
because-
have a bigger one too. Though
No, you have
than
the same one.
Is it the same one?
But the reason is you have a laptop, and all you have is the laptop plugged in, which is on a battery.
Actually, no. All of my hard drives are plugged in.
Okay.
Everything. I have like 6 hard drives. My main PC. Everything.
I think that the iMac
Steven's is
probably
better
uses
than yours.
a lot
Steven
more.
has the best
Yeah.
of the best. You must obviously have the cheap one.
The The iMac probably uses a lot more power. And the
I
Drobo
guess.
is plugged in and all that stuff.
Because it's always constantly powering.
And
obviously,
all
the
that
battery
porn you
backup.
watch. I mean,
It's just it's
That's
amazing
a
that
porn-free
it
computer.
literally switches on the second the power kicks off.
It will switch on when it detects a surge.
Yep.
It will switch on when the power
and you can
goes
hear
out.
it. It's kind of like a like a weird.
Yeah. It's
sound.
shocking when it happens. If you're in front of the computer and it happens,
You're like, "What's going
I was
on?"
like, wait, what? Because the lights go out and you're like,
And
wait
you
a minute.
wait for your computer to just shut off, and you're
Exactly.
like, "Oh, I'm actually okay."
You're like, oh yeah, I have a battery
Dude,
backup. I forgot
would have
about
lost a lot of content.
So the point that I want to make is that I went and ordered Dan
Yep.
the same one that we have.
Make sure to get
thank
you
you.
that.
It's back
Get
here.
him
I'm not going to pick it up.
the APS-C one.
Yeah, it's
Or APC, not APS-C.
Yeah, it's APC. Dan, put a picture up of the
ATM?
of which one we bought. I bought it from B&H. It's $162.
So inexpensive.
Let me just say this, guys. For $162, it's an investment that you should put some money aside for. You don't even need to buy the $162 version. They have smaller ones with less outlets and rated for less power.
Yep.
Get some sort of battery backup surge protector. Why? Because if you're editing and your wedding and you've been doing it for however long, or you're editing a video and the power goes out and you lose hours worth of work, or worst comes to worst, your hard drive gets
Corrupts.
fried
Yep.
and you lose everything, the $162 looks small at this point. So
what's your hourly rate?
well,
Yeah.
right. So Steven was editing the 5-minute portrait, and he didn't lose anything because now he had the time to turn it down, turn it off, or continue to work if
I
he
could
really
have still
wanted
worked
to.
for about 4 hours off that battery backup if I wanted to.
So the point is, I don't care what you do. Find a way to get a battery backup because you don't want to risk losing work because your hours are worth money. It's worth a hell of a lot more than $162 when you spend 8 hours on a video and you lose everything you've been working on because of a glitch.
Yeah.
One other thing.
and this is not a plug
And I would
at
say,
all.
I would think the biggest concern I have nowadays, because most of these programs back up often.
I have mine
So-
set every 2 minutes.
So saving isn't really the biggest issue. It's more so I'm always concerned about that direct power surge, like
With the hard drive.
corrupting files.
Yep.
That's my biggest scare, and that's where I think you get the peace of mind.
Yep.
And the one other thing is Dan needed a couple of things. The backup was one.
I sent you a laundry list of stuff he needs.
Speech therapy.
He needed another hard drive for a working hard drive. So you told me what to buy. You did the research. This is the Mercury Elite Pro. We've talked about this before.
This is basically the one me and Todd also have too.
Yeah.
This is the 12 terabyte one.
And they
so
look
there's
cool.
There's two
They do.
6 terabyte ones in there. This is Thunderbolt and USB 3. And the point about this stuff is when Dan, Todd, Steven, when Noah, when somebody needs something in this business, and I've been doing this for years, even when I couldn't afford it, when something is going to make your job easier or better, and it saves you time is money, and it ends up making you more money in the long run, you have to buy the right tools for your employees. Even for myself, when I was starting out, my dad's like, buy the best. If you don't buy the best, you're going to have to rebuy it again and spend more money.
crates and nuts in giant bags.
So the point is, get the battery backup. When you need something that's going to make your job easier and your life easier, spend the extra cash any way that you can. Just do it. Anyway, so this is for Dan.
We also got
for
him
stuff.
the Lexar hub for the card reader hub, because when you're transferring RAWtalk cards, there's like 30 cards we got to transfer.
Those are blazing.
And I'm
so
waiting.
fast.
I'm waiting
The
for the hub
Thunderbolt
to
one
come in.
especially.
We'll gear of the week
and
that.
eventually, new monitor he'll get too.
Well, Todd was talking about rumors of a 5K Apple monitor coming.
Oh yeah, another one.
with
No,
the built-in
one.
built-in graphic card into it, so you can plug any computer into it. That's a rumor.
It's so
Because the other
smart.
one's the built-in iMac, right? The 5K
Well,
one.
it's just 5K with an iMac.
That's what I mean,
This would be
yeah.
a monitor
A
with
by
a
itself
built-in
monitor.
with a built-in
Gotcha.
video card, which is so smart these days.
That's nice.
Yep.
So-
So you can plug anything into it and have 5K resolution.
That's great.
And what other people are saying is it's probably like a pre-Apple TV test. Is what that
I don't
is.
know that they're ever going to come out with a physical TV.
I mean,
I'm
that's
still-
that's all they're saying. I mean, these are rumors.
I'm still waiting for them to update that trash can, man. The
Yeah, well,
Mac
we
Pro.
are, yeah,
It's been forever.
Because you need a computer
Yeah,
for
this
editing.
lap-
I mean,
laptop's starting to
if
really
the
bog
monitor
down.
comes out this fall, like they're saying, you might
Followed
see a, you
by
might
Mac.
see a refresh at that time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
They're also
Makes sense.
The rumors were also saying that we're not going to see a new MacBook Pro yet for a little bit of time still.
The
I
laptop
I thought I said this fall. I thought I saw this fall.
I said that it may not. They said that it may not even be this fall for the new laptop either. So we'll see because it's way overdue.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get Steven a new one, and then when we move into the Fro factory, we're going to have editing bays, which we may end up dropping some money
Yeah,
on some.
we will have to.
Some nice stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was a long intro. We had to catch up on 2 weeks off
Yeah,
anyway.
it's been a while.
Let's get into photo news. Do we have photo news music this week?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
This
How
week's
about 80s music for Weird Science?
Let's get some 80s weird science music brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro in 3, 2, 1, Weird Science.
It's not a bad idea. Making a girl. Actually, a girl.
Okay, photo news.
First up, we've got Brooks Institute, which is an iconic photo school, has officially closed its doors after 70 years of operation. Starting in 1945, it will permanently close on October 31st, Halloween 2016. Students that are currently enrolled in fall classes have been told that they are canceled. And apparently, apparently there's also been a big shakeup in leadership as of late, most likely causing the
this the Art
decision to
Institute?
close. President Edward Clift was dismissed by the school's new owner, Green Planet, which then prompted 4 of the Board of Trustees members, the majority, to resign.
Let me just say something
Yep.
about this. This is a school for profit.
Yes.
Remember that.
So it also doesn't help that the school has had a declining enrollment for years, going from 2,500 students in 2005 to just 350
That's pretty bad.
this past year.
I take full responsibility, in part, by hurting photo schools.
I don't need to go to school anymore.
Seriously.
I just got the getting out of auto guide from Jared Polin from this photo.
Not being a dick here by saying this, but Todd, you're equal opportunity contributor to this for filming the video
This
guide
is
and
true.
editing it.
This is true.
The FroKnowsPhoto Photo Guide to Getting Out of Auto. I will
Trust
not.
me, I paid back the Art Institute my dumb shit. So
I will not. I will say it. It's people like me. It's people like the other people. I don't want to name names.
YouTube in general.
But it's the other
It is.
people out
Yeah.
there on the internet being able to teach.
The amount of
because
information that's just out there for free.
the people teaching at these schools like Antonelli Institute and other photo institute schools are photographers. We just so happen on the internet to share information. You can find so much stuff out there that's free or to pay for that shit. These schools are almost why are you going to drop $25,000, $30,000 to go to Brooks? By the way, after I left Antonelli, I considered going to Brooks. I don't even know why. And then I looked into it. I'm like, why the hell am I going to go to Brooks? It's the same. It's the same thing as Antonelli.
Yeah.
It's
Except they
on the
they
different
do
coast.
offer 4-year
Right. They offered
undergrad.
4-year
Yeah.
expensive.
we'll
but
take more of your money.
the difference was there was no difference. They had teachers out on the West Coast that were photographers that taught. Here's the difference is that Brooks had partnerships with Canon and Nikon, which I think Antonelli didn't have at the time.
they always had the
They always
current,
had the
newest,
latest,
latest-
like you'll get to use the latest gear
That's
and learn.
cool.
And I'm like, and then I thought, I'm like, why am I going to pay money to go
best
to
of the
school?
best.
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to pay to be like a photographer? Go and do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, like I said, they did offer 4 undergraduate majors, which is Bachelor of Arts in Professional Photography, Film, Video Production, and Graphic Design.
And you know what? It doesn't mean shit. That piece of paper means shit.
I agree. And they
Means
also
shit.
offered 2 graduate programs. And you can find some footage of the initial announcement made to students over on the website. You can tell all the students are just super pissed in the auditorium
Yeah, of
when they're
course.
being told. Yeah, really
I mean, the
disappointed.
biggest thing with school, and we've talked about this before, is if you go to, let's say, a film school that's a legitimate film school, you don't necessarily have to go there to learn the stuff because you could learn it online.
Of course.
But I feel like that's where you meet the people that you will work
You
with.
network. Yep.
That's what the networking I think is what school is good for. You're not going to
Relationships.
learn that by like watching Jared on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about this at breakfast this morning. The importance of relationship building. Like I got an email
Huge.
last night from somebody that was asking me for a favor, and this is a person in a high up area that will. I like that. I can do that. Sure, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Because that means that they're thinking about me, and 2, if I need something. There's a return of favor, but
Yeah.
I don't look at favors. I don't ask for favors. I just ask for things if there's something I want or something they want. I like when they just ask. That's the best way to do it. But
Straight up.
But what's good is that it just shows you that it's so important to make relationships and to cultivate the relationships. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to be sitting at home like I was a decade ago, not knowing what the hell I was going to do with my life because nothing was. I was not putting myself in situations to be successful. It wasn't what? Why are you laughing at me?
Nothing.
Is that cupcake kicking in right about now?
I'm really hungry though.
Now, I do want to add, I don't know what's going to happen to those kids that were going to graduate
is
like
what they
that
said.
next semester.
Well, this is what they said.
What'd they say?
They said they're shit out of luck.
Yeah, that's pretty
Are
much. That's
they
what I'm
going to
saying.
get reimbursed?
There's nothing going to
I mean,
happen.
will they get- I
Well,
would
they
hope
already
get
spent
reimbursed.
so their federal loans and stuff are already spent. So the school took it. So I don't know, will the school give it back? But that doesn't
SOL,
matter.
man.
Their credits don't transfer anywhere because it's not like they're they're a school, but
But
just
they're not like
like
a regular accredited school.
Well,
Yes, that's the tough thing
yeah.
about those schools.
just like Antonelli. Antonelli is a for-profit entity. It's
Yep.
a business
Yep.
that teaches,
Yep.
and it's not recognized. You can't transfer your credits anywhere.
Yep.
So these kids, like, if they were not dicks, the Brooks Institute, they would have announced that we're going to shut down. We're not having a new semester. We're maybe going to
after the following semester
after these
or
guys
something.
graduate.
Yeah, the current year.
It's over.
Yep.
But that's just dickish what they did.
Yeah.
Deeks.
That's dickish.
Then we've got PETA. They've officially appealed the court's decision.
PETA.
Peter Piper pick peppers.
They
Sorry.
appealed the court's decision.
PETA, hug me.
Hunger Games,
Hunger
not
Games.
that PETA.
Oh, it's time for the next Hunger Games. What's his name?
Oh, I forget.
I don't know.
That main character?
I don't know.
The
That's
announcer
you.
dude.
I forget his name.
So they officially
Hashtag
appealed
his
the
name.
court's decision with Naruto. That Naruto shouldn't be the rightful copyright owner after taking a selfie with David Slater's camera. We talked
Well,
about
PETA's
this
trying to
months
say
ago.
he should be.
Yeah, he's saying that he should be the rightful copyright owner. In their appeal papers, PETA claims that in every practical sense, he, Naruto, is the author of the works. They go on to add that had the monkey selfies been made by a human using Slater's unattended camera, that human would undisputedly be declared the author and copyright owner of the photographs. Nothing in the Copyright Act limits its application to human authors. Protection under the Copyright Act does not defend on the humanity of the author, but on the originality of the work itself.
What is their point? What do they want?
They want money. That's what they want.
People
I'm sure.
for eating tasty animals.
Phone call.
Oh, sorry. No, I got your text. I haven't been able to get back to you. I've been really busy. Yes, Anthony Michael Hall. Yes. No, we do not want you to send pictures of your PETA. No, I don't care how big your PETA is. Yes. Okay. You're really yelling now. This is why I don't return your call. All right, I gotta go. Goodbye.
Oh, Naruto. We haven't heard from him in a while.
I know. Well,
it's been a minute.
I hate to say that I've been avoiding his calls.
Now, the owner of the camera, David Slater, he says they are going on the idea he, Naruto, owns the copyright, which is clearly absolutely ridiculous. They put me through the mill in California, and that was thrown out. And they're continuing to spend huge amounts of donors' money on a frivolous suit.
I think that people that donate to PETA should get on PETA and say, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Who
Spending
gives
our
a-"
money.
Instead of saving cats and dogs that are at the pound,
You're fighting this
fighting
ridiculous
a
lawsuit.
meaningless piece of thing that means absolutely
I mean, what's
nothing.
Naruto gonna do with that money?
Now that
when he gets it,
Buy
like,
bananas?
No.
He
What's
can't
he
even
gonna do?
anything.
He's
Yeah.
gonna get
He's
a new
freaking
enclosure,
monkey.
a new hammock. He's gonna buy a female, a bunch. He's gonna have a harem. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
he's gonna be like, ah!
A new Rode microphone so he can film his new movies.
Oh wait, we're getting a call.
Again?
What? No. Just because you took a picture doesn't mean you need to buy a Porsche as well. No, not all pretentious dickhead photographers need Porsches like Jared. All right, goodbye.
So I do want to preface that some of these stories this week are a little older than usual because, again, we took a week off and we didn't do photo news at all. So I wanted to make sure we got the most important news stories to talk about this week. So they are dating a little bit.
We're like John Oliver.
Yeah.
If news
The best
happens,
of.
if news happens any other day but
We'll
Sunday,
talk about it 2 weeks
we'll
later.
talk about it next week.
Yeah.
But I think that's all. Who cares? It's our
fine.
commentary.
Yeah. So Nikon has officially patented a 4-eye camera that features 4 lenses, each with their own sensor.
Hey, speaking of yelling, can we just have a break just to yell because my neighbors moved out? Wait, I wonder if
How
he's
about
here
your other
today,
neighbor, though? Is she home?
God damn it, you son of bitches! I decided just to come out here and yell my ass off on you fruity tooty hippy dippies. Martha, these
Way
son of
louder
bitches
than normal.
don't give zero fucks right now about me yelling. So I'm just calling for zero reasons except for Rebecca's sweet sweetens. Goodbye, dude.
So much louder than normal. Those levels are just peaking.
Well, so my neighbor got to give him congratulations because his wife's, she's pregnant. They're almost going to have a baby soon. So they moved out of the loft
to a bigger place,
to a house that stands alone where you want to raise a kid.
They didn't want to have the sleeping baby wake up to Meredith.
Have people making YouTube videos above you.
So the place they're
screaming.
They're going to be renting it out.
Shh, shh, shh. The baby's sleeping. The baby's sleeping. Shh, shh, shh. Everybody quiet.
God damn it, Martha! Son of a bitch, that fucking Jared!
His friend is always over. That Trump supporter's always there.
Anyway, so at some point we may have a new neighbor. I hope it's good.
Yeah, hopefully they're not worse.
Well, hopefully we'll be in the new place.
Yeah,
hopefully.
that too.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
So anyway, back on this story, Nikon with their 4i camera. Now, apparently they're not jumping on the bandwagon either with cameras like Light's 16-module L16 camera going to market. They initially filed this patent back in 2013, and it just got published a few weeks back. And the patent shows a small compact camera that has 4 lenses lined up in the shape of a square in the center of the camera, with the spare room on the sides being left for each lens's sensor. So similar to Light's L16 camera, the lenses are internally placed with mirrors directly behind them to bend the light onto those side sensors.
I almost gave up some NDA'd information. I had to think. I was like, this
is not public knowledge yet.
No, well, but I was like, you said something. I was gonna be like, oh, that's like this, and I'm like, well, wait a second.
Whoa.
I can't say that, or I'll get in trouble.
Not yet. The patent suggests that the images the individual sensors pick up are then combined onto a single larger sensor too. So we'll see if this camera actually makes it to the market. I highly doubt it, but it's a pretty crazy patent. And then Nikon did release an actual new camera this week to the public with their Nikon D3400. Kind of the same as the D3300 for the most part.
Yeah.
Not much has changed in the updated model.
So you can see a preview I did of this camera over at FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-195.
So they did add their new Bluetooth technology, the Snap Bridge, which there's still no iOS app out for it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The native ISO has also been expanded a full stop to 25,600, which is good. And Nikon claims battery life has doubled, now lasting up to 1,200 shots. Isn't there also like a guide mode now or something like that?
Well, there's the Ken Rockwell mode I said during my preview.
Mode?
Look, the guy. So when I made this video, you should go watch it. There's not much that's changed. It's a rebadged
D3300. It's kind of like
the
T6 too. How the T5 and T6
just added the Wi-Fi and the
NFC.
NFC. So this doesn't have Wi-Fi, but it has the low-powered, low-energy Bluetooth.
Yep, which I do like.
The only thing that changed, like in order to do that with the old one, you need to buy a dongle. #dongle. I love that word, dongle. I always love dongle. Dongle's like Todd loves shit. I walked right into that one. There's not much that's changed. 5 frames a second. 100 ISO to 25,600, still incredible.
It is for
11
the entry-level
focusing
camera.
points, 1080 at 60 frames a second,
which is the same as the 3300.
Right. So, look, it's and I say this about the guide mode. If you want to get started and it's going to help you learn, you use that, and then you discover my videos, and then you get out of auto and you start figuring it out. It's a great starter camera for anybody getting started.
And I'm sure we'll have a user's guide once this camera gets out too.
And that's it.
Which will be the same as the D3300. Now to coincide,
I should just go rename the D3300 video to Nikon D3300 and D3400
just put an
user's guide.
annotation on it. Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Actually,
added Bluetooth.
I should just go change the title.
It's not a bad idea.
Dan, make a note for me to add D3400 to the title.
Unless something internally in the menu changed, but that's...
Oh, that's true.
I doubt they did, though.
Maybe we should just make a new one.
Now, to coincide with this announcement, Nikon also added 4 new lenses to their entry-level lineup. 2 new 18-55, 35-5.6 lenses, your favorite. One with VR, one without.
I forgot to do something.
One without. What?
I forgot to do something earlier.
What'd you forget to do?
I forgot to play the video from OBX.
Oh.
So can we do that right now?
Sure.
Well, so I want you guys, as this video is playing, it's drone footage that we took I took with the drone. I also took a photo with the drone. Because it was cool to get a group shot. So I thought it'd be cool to do like a droney where it flies away.
Yeah.
Can anybody guess which one of these people is my brother in this video that's playing right here? Anybody?
Just based on body language alone, you can tell.
I mean,
his mannerisms, everything.
I mean, that was my brother. Yeah.
Yep.
This is my favorite dance move. Also,
did you learn it from him?
I think we got it from.
They learned it together.
Because you guys both do it every time. You like don't know what to do.
I don't know if that's a hot tub time machine dance from the movie or not.
It's called playing doctor.
I don't know if Rob Corddry may have done it somewhere, But anyway, sorry. I wanted to show that video. I forgot to show that earlier.
I forgot about that too. So they also released the 70-300 f4.5-6.3 lenses, 2 of them again, one with, one without VR.
Yeah.
And price-wise, you can pick the new camera up starting September 13th, bundled with the 18-55 for $646.
That ain't
I don't think
bad.
they sell. It's not.
That ain't
I don't think they sell this body only.
They don't sell the D30-400 body only. They sell it as a 1-lens kit and a 2-lens kit.
Yeah.
The 70-300 VR is $399. The other one's $349.
Not terrible.
No, it's not bad for the range that you get for somebody using it. There's new technology. It's the AF-P. It stands for. Do you have that in there?
No, I do not.
It's the silent wave motor. Basically, it's like the STM that
It's
Canon
for the
has.
Canons, yeah.
It's so that you get a smoother.
You don't hear the
Yeah, it's
focusing.
better for the focus.
Yeah.
So.
And then speaking of Nikon, an update on the story of the military plane that nearly lost control after the pilot's Nikon camera got stuck.
Which camera?
In the plane's control last year. I think it was like the 5500 or 5300. It was one of the entry-level cameras.
Death by camera.
Now, 9 soldiers and 1 civilian employee are now suing the UK's Ministry of Defence, claiming they're suffering PTSD after thinking the plane was shot down when it plunged nearly 5,000 feet near Afghanistan.
Oh, it plunged
over like the Black Sea.
5,000 feet. Now,
5,000 feet.
So I've been on a plane, all right? I hate flying Delta, personally, because
Yeah.
Delta flies a lot of older planes.
Yeah.
And this was a 757. And when I got on this plane, I looked at the stewardess, sorry, they're called flight attendants now, and I said, how old is this plane? And she's like, we don't like this plane. She's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that.
That's scary.
So then they're going and doing service. They're servicing the members as they're walking down the aisle.
Ange? Bloge?
So out of nowhere,
Turbulence.
No, we just started to
Nosedive.
We just nosedived, and it lasted for a couple seconds, and it felt. I'm like, oh, okay, this is.
Shouldn't have said that on RAWtalk.
I guess this is that. No, and
This is it.
So I think it was a couple hundred feet in an instant.
Wow.
There's only a couple of things. I mean, the pilot said something after. Was like,
Whoopsie.
he didn't say obviously he apologized for what happened, but I think what he said is that you can hit microbursts and you can hit wind shears and shit like that push the nose up, which caused him to have to recorrect to go down
Gotcha.
to do something. I think maybe we were in the flight path of another plane, which always could happen, where at last second they're like, you better fucking dive.
Well, my 2 uncles are both pilots, and they said the same, that if there is a bad cloud or storm or something, they do have to go under. And
Microbursts,
Yeah.
like something comes
Yep.
out of nowhere. It was
because that'll cause more turbulence.
I was
than
on
it
a
is to
plane
just
that got
dive.
struck by lightning and the engine went out.
But it still will work with one engine, right?
Yeah, we
That's how-
landed and they put us up in a hotel for the night, but it was
Scary, man.
crazy.
You can also fly with no engines because it's a glider at that point.
True.
Remember the Kevin Smith doing the Gimbly glider or whatever it was?
yeah.
That episode?
Yep.
It was like they messed up. Quick aside is that it was a Canadian flight, but this was when we weren't using metric systems, so they converted the pounds of fuel to something else and actually didn't have enough because they reconverted back down because they thought whatever. It was a
Whoopsie.
major mess up, and they were out of fuel but ended up gliding to land perfect because the pilot at the time, I forget his name, I think it was Guy.
Yeah.
I think it was Guy.
I think you might be right.
He was a former glider pilot, so he used his glider experience to the Gimbly glider.
Isn't that what happened to the pilot who landed in the Hudson?
That was
What's his name?
Tom Hanks.
Sully
That was Tom Hanks.
Sullenberger.
Tom Hanks,
Well, they
yeah,
got that
who
new
plays
movie
him.
coming.
Yeah, I think both the engines went out and he had to glide.
Well, they
into
didn't
the
go
Hudson.
out. They sucked up
Well,
geese.
yeah, they didn't work at that point.
Well, they got blowed up.
Yeah. And I think this plane was traveling like 15,000 feet a minute, they said. So that, I would say, almost 30 seconds they were plunging for.
Damn.
Or 20 seconds at that point.
That's a roller coaster.
That's scary,
Yeah.
real scary. And a military aviation authority report about the event said the pilot had taken 28 photos of the flight deck between 8 and 3 minutes before the nosedive, placing his camera between the armrest and the controls when he was done, and then he moved his chair up. The camera then got jammed. The jet was in nosedive for about 27 seconds, they said, before the pilot got
20.
control.
Can you imagine 27
I
seconds?
would think we're going down
of
fully at that point.
nosediving.
Yeah.
That's an eternity when something
And
like
again,
that's
these guys
happening.
were shot down. Oh, not shot. They thought they were being shot down right over Afghanistan. So these guys are freaking out, and that's why a lot of them are suffering from PTSD now.
Well, I don't think they should be able to sue. They're part of the military, and that comes with the trade.
Now, Richie Capilla, who represents the soldiers, says personal items were being propelled to the back of the plane. Passengers were screaming. Lots of them were crying. They could hear people saying, "Please don't let me die." It was a state of chaos. Very frightening.
I'm gay. And then the plane levels off.
It's
Almost famous reference.
I shot JPEG.
I'm sorry.
I am Ken Rockwell this whole time. Now, she notes that some of her clients suffer flashbacks, nightmares, mood swings, and stutters, which have hampered their careers and
Were
personal
you on that flight,
relationships.
Jared? Because it sounds like you.
Well, I thought you were gonna say Dan.
Now, the Ministry of Defense
oh, you
says...
stuttered too?
they stutter. The Ministry of Defense says we cannot comment on individual cases, but when compensation claims are submitted, we will carefully consider whether there is a legal liability to pay compensation. Where there is, we will. And the pilot will appear before a court-martial in February on perjury, making a false record, and negligently performing a duty. So an update on that whole
Wait
story.
a second. He dutied up there?
A duty.
And it was a negligent duty?
A negligent duty.
Did he pinch it off in mid push?
Now, something that actually did fall from the sky, a giant
It was half his duty.
TV camera at the Olympics. It broke loose and came crashing down to the ground.
Was Truman around?
Truman was not around. They weren't filming him. But 65 feet to the ground, this thing came
Damn.
down. And it was like the size of a body bag. It looked huge. And injuring 7 people, the camera, which was housed outside the Olympic baseball venue, snapped, again falling to the ground.
Baseball?
That's scary.
After noticing the camera's pulling rope came down, officials requested the cherry picker to reline it and regain access to the camera. I guess they couldn't pull it. And minutes after the request, both guide ropes that hold the full weight of the camera just suddenly snapped at the same time.
That's not good.
Yeah, and the Olympic Broadcasting Services has since launched a full investigation into the matter, calling it a freak accident. And
It's super
fortunately,
rare. It is rare.
they say the injuries were at least minor, but they could have certainly been fatal if the people were just a couple inches over.
Now, did they get footage of this?
There is footage
No,
of this
from the
too.
camera.
From the
falling.
camera.
Oh, no. Not of. I don't think the camera was actually in operation at the time. So there's no footage from the actual camera again, but you can see the full 45-second clip of the camera coming down, along with the aftermath. Over on the site, I posted a video clip. There's just some random camera guy for the Olympics filming, and then he sees this crashing down, and he zooms in on it.
Like, damn right, I'm getting that. Death and destruction, I'm on it.
But you only see it, like, fall behind this little bridge thing, so you can't see it, like, hurting anyone or
that's
injuring,
crazy.
thank God. But it looked like it was just, again, minor injuries. It was, the one girl had like a neck brace on, but she was still moving around.
Yeah.
And the other girl had like a bloody nose. Nothing huge.
Man, that's
so
lawsuit.
thank God. Yeah,
Scary.
definitely. And then Visco has opened up a new huge photo studio, which is free to use, they say. Simply calling it Open Studio, the free-to-use space is located at Visco's office space in New York City's Nomad District.
Nomad District.
Nomad District?
I don't know where that is.
don't
Jared's
either.
always mad, so he can't go there.
Visco says, Open Studio was born out of our desire to support the creative endeavors of our community, not only on the Visco platform,
Whatever happened to Hipstamatic?
but also in real life. That's a good question. We designed our office in New York City's Nomad District to be both a workspace and a blank canvas, enabling any project to be brought to life. And included in the space is various lighting equipment and like a permanent cyclorama wall. They go on to add that if there's a new project that excites you, we want to give you the opportunity to create it. And a max time of 2 hours can be booked at a time, free of charge again. And those interested just need to submit a request via their online form where they'll be asked to describe the project they want to shoot and why it's important to them.
I hope Menstrual Flow woman decides to go there.
Won't be a white wall anymore. Now, due to the high volume
What
of
do you mean?
requests...
Oh, Steven, that's disgusting.
What do you mean,
This is
Steven?
a family show.
Why are you being so offensive?
Stop being offensive.
I hate
We're
you
gonna
both.
lose sponsors from you.
Now, Visco has already fully booked their fall session and are no longer accepting submissions until further notice due to the high volume of requests. And Visco says they plan on opening additional Open Studio locations in the future. Hopefully one in Philly for you, Todd.
I wonder who's going to end up buying Visco. You think it's an Adobe type purchase? Do you think it's a Microsoft purchase?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Is it
Either
a
or.
Snapchat purchase? Like, is Snapchat going to get into Instagram?
Take over their filters and...
Well, is Snapchat going to become an Instagram?
Snapchat really never updated on was
Photos.
their filters, though. They only have those 3 filters, those generic filters when you're putting a Snapchat up.
I mean, maybe all's fair because
would be
Instagram
cool.
just... I love how Instagram...
Stole away Snapchat.
Well, Instagram now instituted... I saw the update.
The
Oh,
zoom.
they're like, now you can zoom. I'm like,
And you
I
can
don't need to read how to
double-tap
do
the
this.
screen to flip your camera, just like Snapchat.
The zoom's not as good as Snapchat zoom.
No,
though.
it's a little slow,
too
laggy,
fast.
yeah.
And it zooms in way too quick.
I do find myself using Instagram a lot more again, though. There was that time where I just never used it again because Snapchat.
Follow Steven on Instagram. Dan, pop up Stevens. Follow Jared on Instagram. Pop mine up. And follow Todd on Instagram. Pop that up. All right, put Fro Knows Noah up on screen. Pop that up. And then pop up.
Don't put Dan's up.
No,
Don't put
don't
Dan's
put Dan's
up.
up.
Don't put Dan's up.
All
Nope.
So Seagate has announced another world's first hard drive. This
Runs
time
on
being
DNA.
the world's largest SSD drive, just full of DNA. Now the SSD can hold 60 terabytes, which they say equates to 400 million photos or 12,000 DVD movies that can be held on this drive.
DVD. Nobody gives a shit about DVD.
Well, and it's always like, what photos are you talking
Yeah.
about? What resolution? Like it varies
could-
from
here.
camera to camera.
And why
It's
am I
probably
putting
like thumbnails you're
DVDs on
talking
that
about.
hard drive?
It could
Yeah.
store all of, like, if they were like, it could store all of Pornhub, then you'd be like,
Whoa,
oh,
that's a lot of
okay,
data.
that's a
I
lot.
understand how much that is. I mean, Dan told me what it is.
And they add that you can reach 1 petabyte of storage with just 17 of these bad boys linked together.
What do they cost?
There's no price yet. They haven't announced anything. These are going to be more for industrial use and business use.
But that's where they start. Can you
Exactly.
imagine just
And then they
being,
trickle
being
down
like
to
having
the-
like a 60 terabyte
That's insane.
SSD? It would be awesome.
1 terabyte SSD is expensive
awesome.
these days.
I
yeah.
remember hearing about 2 gigabyte hard drives and those original gateways and those Dells. I was like, oh my God, they have 2 gigabytes of storage.
And they're just the old school spinning hard drives, right?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
But
going back.
this
90s.
60 terabyte thing will be available around the time that we're always shooting 4K, and it'll
Dude,
mean nothing to us.
I give it 4 or 5 years because
Yeah.
I feel like we just got Dan that 12 terabyte hard drive.
Well,
Even
it's
just
2
last
sixes.
year or 2 years ago, I would have been like 12 terabytes. That's insane. I'll never go through
You'll
that.
never use
now.
that, yeah.
It's 2 6s. And soon, next.
Yeah, but he's probably going to stripe it to just have 1 for a working hard
Well,
drive, not
but
an archive drive.
Next, it's going to be 20 gig, 20 terabyte because they're going to use the 10 terabyte
210s,
drives.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Now it's expected to launch to the public sometime next year, and again, there's no word on the price for it just yet, but it will be expensive. You probably
bad,
can't
bad,
afford
bad.
it,
The
even
bad
if it
is the
was
word.
available to the public. And then this story is a little old by now, but I'm still going to say because it is newsworthy. A News Corp photographer, Brett Costello, he was robbed of his gear at the Olympics, now totaling up to $40,000 in gear stolen. His think tank bag full of gear was taken in broad daylight in a crowded area, too, a cafe. It was a team effort. Apparently, a woman distracted him asking a question with another perk, snatching the bag behind him. He then ran to the getaway car, which sped off because Costello... I'm like, what is that?
They're fighting.
Costello couldn't catch up to him because he ran to this getaway car. Now, Costello told the Courier Mail, I'm gutted and I feel stupid that I wasn't wise to their plan. I know that I'll probably never see my bag or gear again. And he says it only took 10 seconds, but even that is enough to remind the thousands of tourists and media here in Rio for the games to never let down your guard. Now, Canon CPS at least covered Costello with loaner gear in the meantime, allowing him to continue on his assignment. And you can see a video interview where he recounts a story of exactly what happened over on the site, along with the actual security camera footage of the incident from the cafe, where you see the girl questioning him for about a minute, and then this guy just takes his bag.
That sucks.
Yeah. Terrible.
That's so shitty.
Now, the story continues. as
Oh.
Costello,
It's a sequel.
Costello spotted the thief impersonating him, trying to gain access into the Olympics. He spotted an official Olympic photo vest on the thief, and which wasn't just any photo vest. It was Costello's personal vest with his number stitched on it. That was
Balls.
with his stolen gear, so we knew it had to be the guy who stole his gear. The man said he bought the vest off somebody on the street, he says, and he was then quickly arrested and taken away for questioning by police.
come with us.
Now, no word on whether he actually got his gear back. I doubt that, but at least they caught the perk. And you can see video of the entire encounter when Costello spots the thief over on the site.
Well, I'll take care of it. We just sold the video guide recently. So I'll buy that money, that camera gear for him.
That's that. So
Chump change.
you know that the cash cannon got some use the day I got back from OBX.
Oh, I saw your video.
Play that video, Dan,
Please
right here.
don't,
No
Dan.
audio.
Please
Just
don't.
keep play it on a loop. No audio, because it's "Shake That Ass, Bitch" by what are they called?
What, you talking about Shake Your Ass from Mystical?
Is it Two Live Crew?
Shake your ass. Watch
No, it's
yourself.
not that.
yourself.
But anyway, you can look up the song. Dan, don't play the audio. Just play this on
Was
a
it
loop.
from Luke? Was it Pop That Pussy? 'Cause I believe that is what you were doing.
Pop, pop, pop. No, that wasn't the song I was using. And please use earmuffs. That was a little. Our readers may take offense to that.
Sorry, Dave.
Warning! Put on your fucking earmuffs.
If you notice at the end of that video, $100 bill stays perched on my ass.
That's because you have
a little shelf.
badonkadonk.
He's
That's
got a
because you
little
have
shelf.
a
All
right,
badonkadonk.
Can we move on?
That's it for photo news, man.
All right, let's
Had to
end
catch
photo
up on a
news.
lot of stories.
Let's end photo news music with a big video multiple times, 3 times on the screen vertically, of me dancing and shaking my butt to this video block, Audio Blocks music, brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro. It's got to be that booty shaker music. Okay?
That's fine.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Booty shaker music.
I like booty shaker music. That's my favorite type of music.
Just gonna put this right on the shelf. Right
It did. That's
here.
where it sat. So now we come up to Gear of the Week, right?
Gear of the week. Yep.
We already talked about some of that other stuff, but we actually got Gear of the Week in the mail.
Ah, a little
time.
tripod guy.
Yeah. Oh, this
He's
is nice.
tiny.
Yeah, this is nice.
That's what she said.
So this is called the Be Free. The Be Free Live from Manfrotto. I thought it was going to be carbon fiber, personally, to be a little lighter.
This is like their travel tripod.
Yeah, they've basically come up with their version of the Me Photo travel tripod, except it weighs about the same as the other one.
I think it's way heavier than the Me Photos.
it's
really?
not way heavier because I held them both in both hands, and I'm used to
Feels
having
heavy.
things in my hands, so it weighed about the same. So this is a travel tripod, and it's got these clips. So you raise the head.
Just like the Me Photos, same kind of thing.
It's basically the same concept, but the only difference.
three-legged thing. They're all the same.
Well, the major difference here, I like Manfrotto, as you know. We like
a good brand.
We like some of the other brands as
Yeah.
well.
You have your Manfrotto from years ago still,
Ooh,
right?
I'm hitting the wrong button. Yeah,
I
bought it.
It's actually at my house.
My
One of them I have.
which one did I say? Damn it! What was it?
The old one that you have.
I know. I'm trying to remember.
Isn't that the one you have over there?
Yes,
that
it
you
is.
use-
It's
yeah.
carbon fiber. I bought it when I was at Allen's because I got employee discount. It was 40% off.
Oh.
And it was like $560.
You get your employee
with the
discount
head.
on top of that?
Well, I got the
employee
discount
discount's
was
40%
40%
off.
off.
Gotcha.
It's the MF4, the OM something MF4.
You're having some trouble there.
Yeah, well, because I'm trying to think about what I'm doing, but I love that it has the different clicks. But anyway, you got this.
You got to collapse the arm first.
Son of a.
I'm just not doing. Anyway,
Leave it to the video guys,
it
Jared.
gets this small. We're gonna test it out. This is the Be Free. They have a whole Be Free line. This is the live.
I mean, what's great is it actually has a video head on it.
yeah.
I wonder how good that video head is, though.
It felt pretty decent.
Really?
And don't get me wrong, like I wouldn't put it down and be like, yeah.
I don't know if I would pan
but to
with it.
set a camera up, adjust it, and have some decent
look,
control
small
as opposed
movement.
to the ball
Yeah.
head, it's way better.
So the difference is with the Me photos that we've been using, when you want to get movement or when you want to get it lined up, you
Yeah.
have to twist 3 different knobs. In this case, you have the video aspect of it so that you can do whatever it is that you need to do.
and we could
It's
just
over
simply
here.
put a video head on the Me Photos, obviously,
Right.
but
Yeah,
But that's what we got.
that's nice.
So I did
Yeah,
a
like it.
great job of showcasing this right now. Just fumbling with it while
I
trying
do like the locking levers, though.
I like the locking levers as well.
This is how you set up your tripod.
This is how Jared gives us gear back when he's done with it.
But usually I'm not sitting at a table putting a tripod together. I'm on the floor.
Usually you're not putting
But
a tripod together.
In terms of the locking levers, so much quicker to put up, in my opinion.
I hate twist.
because
I
the
hate
twist ones for the Me Photo, I'm
like
always
them.
scared that I'm not going to lock them all the way or something like that.
Not even that. You can never. You rarely line them up even. This you can at least click in
all the way.
at a stopping point, and
Yeah.
you have stopping
Yep,
points.
yep.
When you have the twisty ones, which we've enjoyed traveling the world with these other ones, they've worked fine. But there are those little nuances, subtle things that we don't like about them.
And I do feel like the Me Photos, that if I really put a lot of pressure on it, the locking ones will kind of collapse a little bit, where
Yeah.
these seem to be a little better in
Well,
terms
those
of
are.
weight.
well,
I know what-
that's broken. Way to
was
go.
that?
That was
The
screw
from
mechanism at the top. I didn't put it together
plate.
fully
Yeah,
yet.
from the
It goes. It actually comes from underneath.
how Jared
No, it goes underneath.
the action.
It's the screw thing because it came with a few extra accessories that I didn't do yet.
But it's got a little hook underneath so you can put added weight on it. So
Yeah.
that is nice.
I see.
It goes in the hole and you screw it through.
Yeah.
Steven doesn't do that very often.
And so that's the gear of the week. That is the Manfrotto Be Free Live.
Be free. The hippie tripod.
So now it's time to get to flying solo, where I ask you for your flying solo questions. I did it on the Instagram, and there were like 122 that came in that I went through this morning before going to breakfast. And let's get to...
Hold on, Dave.
Put your seats in the upright position and keep your opinions to yourself, because we're flying solo.
Have we ever used that one?
Yeah, we've used it a couple times.
Yeah.
Shows how much I remember about the show. As soon as it ends.
Thanks for listening.
Gladys Photography at Jared Polin, Gladstone Pereira from Edmonton, Ontario. Well, he didn't say Ontario. From Edmonton, Canada, eh? When will we see a 5-minute portrait using a mirrorless camera like the brand Olympus?
When they send it to us.
Or when we decide to use a mirrorless camera. Maybe Sony will send us one.
We might have one coming up
Really?
that you pre-ordered, right? Not Olympus, but another brand. Medium format.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I've been waiting for over a month now for that
yeah.
thing that I guess Hasselblad hasn't shipped them to the
Yeah, the
rental
new
houses
Hasselblad
yet.
camera.
They're just, I guess, on delay. So, yeah, that's mirrorless, not the mirrorless that you guys are thinking, because that's 10 grand.
Yeah, it's a little bigger and larger sensor.
At some point, yeah, we're going to be ramping up these 5-minute portraits and using different lenses and different bodies and different cameras and hopefully the iPhone 7.
Yep.
And so I'm going to buy both, I think, when they get announced.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
We may not get it because we'll be in Europe, but I'm going to pre-order both.
I thought they're saying the 7th is when they're going to make the announcement
The
for
9th?
the 9th, they're
Yeah, I
saying?
think it's
I
the
thought it was
9th.
the 7th because of the iPhone 7. They were saying the 7th was going to...
Well, that probably
That's what
doesn't
I
fall
heard.
on a Tuesday when they usually do it.
They
Or
said they're
whatever the
switching it
date
up
is.
this year.
All right, well, whatever it is.
That's what Mac rumors are reporting. Whatever.
I'm going to just flat out buy both, and you still have the 14-day policy to return them.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the smaller one most likely because I don't want the big thing in my whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. We want to make video. We want to do a 5-minute portrait with them because we think that will get a lot of traffic.
That would be interesting.
That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Brent Lore. When just starting out as a freelance video editor / videographer, what is a good base rate to charge hourly? I have a few projects under my belt. I was told to charge a minimum of $500 for a minute corporate video shoot and editing. Hashtag RAWtalk, hashtag flying solo at Jared Polin. Todd?
A full minute for corporate. Yeah, I mean that you could probably knock that out in a day. So a $500 day rate isn't terrible for corporate.
But video shoot and editing, that's saying both.
$500 for both for a corporate shoot. Pound sand.
Yeah.
I'd say $500 for the
editing.
shoot, $500 for post,
Or cut them a nice deal and say $875.
or $1,000.
How's that math work, Todd?
Yeah, no, I would, dude, seriously, maybe 900, 850, but yeah, don't screw yourself on that. Because
Yeah.
if you're bringing your gear and all that stuff to a shoot, sound, lights, all that stuff, and yeah, no.
_savage_ninja. Oh, shit. It's Ninja, and it says, I am currently updating my website. I thought it was actually Ninja.
Reading is fundamental.
Well, it says Ninja because I don't do the space thing.
Oh, Ninja, please.
It says,
Proofread it
I
before
am
you
currently
do it."
updating my website. I have been reluctant to upload my older photos, but now come to realize I shouldn't be hiding some of my best work. Should I just share the best of the best and move forward from there? So should I,
Yeah.
or should I
No,
stay
show
current?
the worst.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty simple answer is if it's your best work, you show it. It's not like Annie Leibovitz isn't going to show her famous work from 20 years ago or 30 years ago just because she's got newer work. It's part of what you do. If it's the best work you have, you show it.
It's funny, though. Older work, usually you don't show. So I'm surprised that his best
Well, I
work
still
is the
show.
older stuff.
I mean, but when you're a
But you
professional
obviously
for
get
a
better
long
and
time,
better and better, yeah.
you showcase old stuff because that was still good back then.
Yeah.
Ian Higgins. Oh, Ian Higgins.
I'd love.
You said I-N?
Well, that's his Instagram name.
I'd love somebody to send in their names like, I am a pretentious douchebag. Jared's like, I am a pretentious
What's up, guys? Ian here from Sacramento, California.
Oh, shit, Ian.
What's
right.
up, man?
Damn,
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
It has.
What do you guys think makes for the most effective business cards? Where do you order them from? The most effective business cards that we've had have come from plastic printers.
Yep.
Because they are unique, they are interesting, they can be designed incredibly well, and they leave a lasting impression where a basic paper business card comes in my pocket or gets handed to me, goes in my pocket, and then usually gets thrown out.
People are wowed every time. Every time I give them a card, they're like, I'm actually going to keep this one.
And that's from
Rest are
plastic
going in the
printers.
trash.
On the other hand, when I've done paper cards that I've done since the early 2000s, I have done them at gotprint.com. I just ordered more stickers from there that we've been doing for years. It used to take weeks to get it. Now it ships in a matter of days because what GotPrint is they make partnerships with web printers from around the country.
Cool.
And that means if I'm in Philly, they're going to ship it to the Ohio factory, send them digital and say, print this with the runs and shit. It's like $26 for 1,000 business cards, 4-color, at least it used to be. It's
nothing.
4-color, and that's with shipping. 4-color
That's
front,
great.
4-color back, glossy, thick
4-color
paper.
front and back, too.
Yeah, I mean,
That's nice.
For 1,000 cards, shit, you couldn't go wrong.
Don't do Vistaprint. That's all.
Don't do Vistaprint. I don't like Moo personally. I don't like those little
Moo's
mini
terrible.
cards, but I don't like those mini cards. That's even worse.
I think
We
they
don't
get-
like Vistaprint till they're a sponsor.
Till what? Till they're a sponsor? Vistaprint will never be a sponsor. The worst thing
Say
ever
that now.
is when somebody hands you a business card and it says printed free from Vistaprint. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you're in business
Yeah.
and you have a free business card?
And
You
it's
might
like
as
the
well just
same
grab their
back-
hand and write it down like your phone number. Just be like, here's my number.
But business cards aren't as important as they once were.
Yeah.
Just take their email address and send them an email.
Yep.
Rem for RK. Rem for RK. Hi, Fro. My name is Mark from Montreal. My friends don't want to have their pictures taken, but I want to start taking portraits. How do you get shy people to get their photo taken, or how do you find people? You can go to Model Mayhem all day long
Yeah.
and find men and women that want to have their pictures taken. I've gone and looked there. I've never actually done a photo shoot from there, but if
Yeah,
you
I've
want
looked
to
it up.
find nude photos of people, go to Model Mayhem, sign in so you have an account that says you're 18 years of older, and you're going to see a lot of artistic nudes.
Boudoir.
Yeah. I haven't actually done that for years, but it exists.
I haven't done that since last night.
Andre underscore why? I'm just saying. Andre underscore Scott underscore photography. Hi, Fro, Stephen, Todd, Dan. I was wondering, Fro, I see a lot of your work online, but not any of your wedding work. I haven't completely looked at your Flickr, so just asking as an aspiring wedding photographer, do you still post those images, or are they not displayed because you don't want to come across as a wedding photographer? Just wondering.
That's a good question.
If you dig back, good question. If you dig back into my Flickr, you will see wedding photos there. I think there's a wedding. There's just full weddings on Flickr. Dig all the way back to my older stuff. On my website, you will not find any weddings. You won't find me talking about weddings anywhere
Just because you don't shoot
I don't
them.
shoot weddings
Yeah.
anymore, and I won't take them.
I'm too good for that.
I'm too good for that.
They can't afford me.
I can't afford what? First off,
So they can't afford
Move this limousine. I need to park my Porsche here.
First off, if I was still shooting weddings were great money.
Oh, yeah.
Making $4,000 profit or $3,500 profit
It's a steady.
after
steady
a
gig.
day's work, a hard day's work, and then editing, but still profiting $3,500 to $4,000 is pretty damn good. Even if you profit $2,000, it's damn good. I just
Yep,
don't.
and it's consistent.
I just don't shoot weddings.
great.
Austin underscore Paz. Hi guys, I always use contracts when I shoot, but someone can't. And first off, contracts don't mean anything anyway. Most of the time, I shoot, but someone came to me who needed a last-minute second shooter for their wedding. So the day before the event, I agreed to shoot 3 hours at $100 an hour, just ceremony and part of the reception. I hate when they say we just need a couple of photos of the ceremony and the reception. It's like,
AKA
I
cover the
can't-
entire
I can't-
reception and ceremony.
I can't do less of a good job.
Yeah.
But that's beside neither here nor there. It was so last minute that I was given very little details, but I was told I would get paid cash at the end of the day. I go and shoot, and of course, when I was leaving, the groom said to invoice him and gave me his card. First off, whoever hired you as the second shooter,
They should.
they
They're
should be
responsible.
paying
Yeah,
you.
that's weird.
And collecting the money. unless they hired a photographer and another photographer, this is just weird. I emailed him and his secretary a couple of times as well, and texted and left a message on his phone with no answer. Maybe he's on a honeymoon. If he has an assistant, maybe he's on a honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's been about a month now. Maybe he's still not on a honeymoon. Has this ever happened to you? What do you recommend? Is Wayne Brady going to have to go down to this effer's office and choke a biatch? Because I will. Thanks for the advice.
Well, the question I have is, did you deliver? You already deliver.
Yeah. Did you
he already
deliver
the
the images?
Ooh.
I would not deliver the images without paying. Yeah, especially if he didn't pay you at the event. Guess what? I'm not paying you
Hold
for
those images
Sorry, I'm not
hostage.
giving you those photos.
Yep.
Because you
Yeah.
haven't paid me yet.
Yeah.
I get paid. Like, no matter what, I'm going to get paid one way or another. I would show up to his office. I would do something. But somebody in the comments left a comment and said, bring a Square reader and ask them
There you
to
go.
charge it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pay you later. You know what? Well, I don't think I would make a scene at the wedding. But I have your photos. And I wouldn't say this, but after a month, if I haven't heard from them, I'm not going to give you my photos. You're not getting the photos. And if they ask for it, no. Not until you pay
No,
me.
absolutely not.
But it's a weird situation. If you're the second shooter, why are you not getting paid by the photographer? It's like, here,
Yeah,
1 hour,
that's really weird.
2 hours, 3 hours. I always pay my second shooters especially if I'm getting cash at the event.
Yeah.
I will pay cash so that they don't have to worry about anything. It's just easier. They did their job. I get paid later.
It's great.
Okay. Andy Moran Photo. Have you ever canceled on a client due to them not fitting with your personal morals, i.e. you find out they're against gay marriage, etc.? I had to deal with something similar than this recently, and my reasoning for canceling wasn't much that I didn't agree with them, but that I didn't want my material associated with someone who thinks that way. I'm curious what your thoughts on this are. Thanks, Fro. Now, this is a tough question.
Yeah.
Because it's the opposite of the not wanting to shoot for a gay wedding,
Yeah, not your
but saying
personal.
that you don't like, would I shoot a Trump rally if Trump asked me to get paid? I probably wouldn't want to be associated with them. But then what are they going to do? Sue me for discrimination for not wanting to shoot their event? So this is a tough situation. I've shot weddings, and I'm sure I haven't agreed with people's morals and stuff, but I don't know that.
How do you know?
You don't know that going in.
I mean, they must have been really blatant in terms of like to make him to even have this question raised. He must have heard them say something way out of left field.
Yeah.
So the way out, I mean, if you're booked, you really can't cancel because you're booked.
Yeah.
And there's a deposit. The way out of all of these things is, I'm sorry, I'm booked, or I'm on vacation that week. You don't give an explanation like, I think you're an asshole because you're against gay marriage. You can't say any of that. You just say, sorry, I'm booked.
Yeah.
And if they want to take it further, they take it further. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable doing the shoot, like I've not felt comfortable with certain clients that were possible wedding clients, and the honest to God's truth is they didn't end up booking me anyway. With that is something you have to feel okay with them just as much as they need to feel okay with you.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel that out and realize that, you know what, that wedding client wasn't good for you anyway. I don't know what else to say other than that, but you got to.
But if you're already
eggshells.
booked, it is what it is.
Yeah,
but,
if you're on
you know.
if you do it. If you're doing a job and you don't know the other stuff, it's not, you can't be held accountable for it.
Yeah.
Chris Duvall, Fro and team, you guys planning to drop by New York City's Photo Plus this year? Yep, we're planning. I mean, I'm planning on going. I'm sure you'll come up for a day.
Yeah, it's right down the street.
When's that?
Almost.
It's actually early this year. It's
October
20th.
October 20th?
21st, and 22nd.
It's usually
in
like
New York.
Halloween, though.
Oh.
It's a week earlier this year. I may be showing my app to people that's coming out, so maybe I may go up for multiple days. I say that now, but I hate that freaking show because I get bored.
Show your app.
I bet you'll just go up one day.
Probably. Adric Skill Photography. Hey, Fro crew, this one is for Todd, Cheesesteak Media.
What?
On YouTube, hasn't updated in a long time. What's up with that?
I'm busy.
Lazy as hell, that's why.
They take a lot of time. Because I don't want to do them half-assed. But then when I do them, Jarrett yells at me for making them so much better than his, so I stopped doing them.
Well, I think as we move into the Fro Factory, Todd may have a place to shoot, or he can shoot it at home. As we start getting certain things situated, especially Dan editing and other stuff being done, it's
It'll
possible.
be an assembly
Well, what
line
I
at
will
that
say
point.
is it was probably the editing guy. The editing guy took a lot of time.
It was. That's what stopped. Yeah.
Andre_Scott Photography. Hey, Fro and gang. As an unpaid third shooter, what are your thoughts on me being able to use shots from a wedding in my portfolio as well as social media? I want to just unsure. Well, we got to remember they're typing on Instagram, so they're on their phones.
Yeah.
I was unsure about how to go about the process of waiting until the photographer delivers. Thanks again from Andre Scott, Houston, Texas. Let me just start off by saying unpaid third photographer. There's only so many times you should be an unpaid third photographer. Even when I brought out an assistant, and if I handed them a camera to do some random stuff, I still threw them $100 at the end of the night. It didn't like... Here's $100 for you assisting, and here's $100 for you doing something. I always felt the need to pay somebody something. So I just this
Means
unpaid
nothing to
third
me.
photographer thing. You wait to post that stuff if you have permission to post it until after the other people share the images.
I feel like he
But-
should have permission because he was unpaid, and
And I
that
also-
should be his payment
Yeah,
to post
I
his
agree.
own images.
I agree.
But I also don't think you shouldn't tag the client in it, because that's bad form. That's almost like saying, "Oh, I took this, come hire me," and not the guy I worked for, girl
I didn't think
worked
about that,
for.
but yeah,
yeah.
I
So
agree.
that's something you have to be careful about.
Definitely wait till they get him though.
John Seaton from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota,
right.
home of the Gooey Louie.
Sorry.
You know what the Gooey Louie is? 2 hamburgers with cheese in the middle, and it becomes a Gooey Louie.
I love everything about that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, so that's Minneapolis, Minnesota. With the popularity of live streaming, everything, why doesn't RAWtalk have a live stream every week? I would love to see all the behind-the-scenes antics that are cut out, and you could set it up.
Nope.
Set up a
Because
chat.
then we'd have no sponsors.
Yep.
Set up a chat with viewers for instant feedback and gratification. Thanks for the show, and Todd is my spirit animal. So I've said it a bunch of times before. 1, technical issues. 2, my main reason, it's not so much that we do tighten it up in post to make it flow much better. It's that we'll have 400, 500 people or 1,000 people watching live. Or you could have 20,000 people watch the polished turd after the fact.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 20,000 people watch later and have great audio, less technical difficulties where the audio is thrown off. And by the way, if
Less
anybody had
inappropriate stuff
and
being
if anybody
said.
had issues with audio from last week's episode, it wasn't anything we did. Steven told me that it was fine on the computer and everybody else's computer, but it was on mobile right after YouTube updated their mobile app that may have caused an issue.
I actually saw the exact same glitch on other
Me
people's
too.
YouTube videos.
And that's why I know it had to be their YouTube mobile
It
app.
happened like for a bunch of videos for that week. I saw a bunch of people have
Yeah,
it.
because people were like, "Why is it glitching out of sync?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you watching on the mobile app or desktop?" And 99% of them were
The
mobile
weird
app.
thing is that Dan did all those videos for all those YouTubers, but I think it was YouTube's fault.
Definitely YouTube.
Yeah.
Weird stuff though.
So that's one of the things. And the other thing is I don't want live readers' feedback because it's always delayed. And even if it's not delayed, it's distracting for me to sit here and have to read people's
But you would probably have
stuff.
a separate producer off to the side or something,
Right, but-
like Dan reading them off.
You know,
It'd take a long time for him to read those, though.
Yeah.
Part
and
of the-
filter them out.
well, when I used to do the FroKnowsPhoto show, when I did that thing from Greg's studio back in the day,
That was live, right?
that was live.
Didn't you have a ton of
on
technical
Ustream.
issues?
Well, we had one camera rolling, and then what happened is we ended up. It was fun. It was cool. It followed the same model pretty much. We did Greg did
Yeah, I
the
remember.
news,
Yeah.
and then we just talked about random stuff, and then we brought Gizzy in, and Gizzy would bring me a juice box. I used to say Gizzy juice box, and then Gizzy would monitor the comments from Australia. We had like 400 people watching back then, which we're going back 5 years.
Yeah, that was
cool.
the way early days of FroKnowsPhoto.
It was Ustream. So Gizzy would write down the note, crumble up the paper, throw it at me, and then I would read the note from whatever people said. So it was a fun way to interact. But then I did Spreecast for a while as a precursor to this, where I could answer questions, and the technical difficulties were too much. And that's why we started to transition into the show where you submit questions, we vet the questions, and then we move on. It just makes for a much cleaner, better, and I actually saw somebody say that our podcast has ruined a lot of other podcasts for them because all they notice is how bad their audio sounds.
Best podcast ever. But we have been talking about some sort of live interaction show moving into the future.
But something different. It's not
Something
RAWtalk.
different. It's not RAWtalk.
Only
It's dick talk.
Only the brave photos. Ross Byron, originally from Scotland, now located in Pittsburgh. Question, Jared.
Maybe I saw him in Monroeville.
I'm currently in America on a student visa studying marketing and business management. This means that
Has he been vetted though? Extreme vetted.
Thanks, Donald.
You're welcome.
This means, extreme. Believe me. We're going to be very 100%.
I love Jared's
people.
Bernie Trump.
I was gonna just say you started off with Bernie and then you went to Trump.
It's Bernie Trump. It's gonna be huge.
What an absolute smacked asshole is that guy for what he is saying. We're going to come up with questions. What is this? The Cold War? Communism? Are you a communist? Is this McCarthyism again?
I am actually a communist.
Jesus Christ. No offense to Jesus Christ. This means I can't work for money. However, as my photography portfolio has grown, a lot of people have been contacting me to arrange shoots. Should I take these shoots for the experience, or what else should I do? Cheers. I don't know. Take cash? I don't know the legality of it. I mean, you're on a work visa. I don't know. Get paid cash?
Under the table.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, get paid, bro.
Sleek, get paid in trade or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Sleek images photography. Fro, Steven, Wildchild, Todd, and Dan. What are your thoughts on giving a client a link from a photo hosting service to retrieve their photos versus giving them a flash drive or disk? A plus to the host spot is that they will be able to order what they want, but then it kind of takes some of the personal service out of it. Scott Meekum.
That's a good point.
Casbeer, Illinois. #RAWtalk. #Fro. #straight out of focus. First off, most people don't have a disk drive. If you got a Mac, you don't have a disk drive anymore. Flash drives, we barely use flash drives. I'd rather deliver it on an SD card. I just send damn Dropbox links. For that stuff, you want your photos right away? Dropbox link. Or if you use SmugMug and you want people to buy photos, you can send it to them that way. But for me, delivering files, Dropbox all day long.
The Comic-Con stuff, they printed it immediately. He'd take the shot and it would print. And then you wrote your email address on the back of the card that you came for your appointment. And then I just got it last night, the actual email of the JPEG of the shot.
And you got to take the photo with you too?
Yeah, so you get to walk with the photo, and then they email it to you a couple days
And
later.
they do have those nice presentations now, those nice boxes custom made for like an SD card or a USB flash that you can deliver personally.
Which I think
it's so
is
much
absolutely
easier,
stupid
though.
too.
But it looks much nicer for the client.
It does, but what are you going to do? So what's going to happen in 5 years, 10 years? The husband is going to switch out the jump drive. You remember VHS tapes that weren't, they had different things on them, like
overwrite it and format it or something.
Well, remember when I discovered
got Magnum PI.
When I discovered this beta tape at my dad's when we were kids, and I put the beta tape in the freaking old Sony player.
That's another home video, son.
No,
Jared, that is not the Walnuts tape I told you to put in.
First off, it was the Sex Boat that I've told you about. It was 1980 when that came out.
Exciting and nude.
It was the early, it was the early days where ideas were so like, why don't we have a boat with sex? And I've told the story of the sex boat, I think, before. But if you do go on to Pornhub or one of those sites and you type in sex boat 1980, the video does come up because I looked it up to see if it was there.
What?
The synopsis is still amazing. Just think, guy dresses up as a girl to get on the all-female boat so that he could hit on the women. Pirates take over the boat. The males who snuck on the boat to get the women end up beating the pirates and winning the women.
Perfect plan.
What a plan.
Perfect.
There's pirates.
Huh. Arg.
Ryan Kehoe Photo. Hey, Fro. Ryan from Somerville, New Jersey. I work at a local restaurant, and I've been shooting pictures of the food for the last 4 years. Over that time, I have learned a great deal and feel that I've shown both the quality of my photos and the amount the restaurant
Food's
uses
probably spoiled by
them
now.
on social media, social websites, marketing, and social media. I feel that my shots are a part of the brand of the place, and
nice.
now my photos are even all over the menus. At this point, should I consider asking for extra compensation, given that this work is something extra? I do, but still on work time, or
4
should I be
years later?
happy that I get this opportunity to continuously practice honing my skills? That's a tough one. You've been doing it for 4 years and you haven't asked for compensation.
You should have asked
It's
3 years
awfully
ago.
hard to ask for the compensation
Yeah.
now, because if they say no, are you still going to want to work there?
Yeah. Oh, great opportunity, but I don't know if I would do it for free.
I would maybe
lot
approach
extra
other.
work.
I would approach other restaurants.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
especially
hey,
if they're using it for the
check this
menu and
out.
everything.
check this out. You
Yeah.
want this? I can do this for you.
Now you have the menu as your portfolio, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
River runs north. What's up, fellas? Nilo Hodge from Bethlehem, PA. I'm showing a bunch of my work at a local gallery in about a month and was wondering if Jared Stephen had any creative costs, because he's not actually asking Todd, cost-effective ideas for displaying prints. This is my first time showing my work, and I've started to realize how much it costs matting and framing and the number of prints that I have displayed. Unfortunately, I can't make it rain every week like Intelligent. Oh.
Intelligent.
Thanks for any help and
Making it
for doing
rain.
Raw Talk. Raw Talk helps the Monday mornings not drag. This is a good question. Look, 99% of the times you're not going to sell any of this stuff at the gallery show. That's just the honest truth. It's
more
your
about the
friends and
networking
people
there.
coming out to see your stuff. I would go to Adorama Picks and order the foam backed prints, or just order prints and have them hang on wires or put them on the wall like that. Do not spend money on framing or matting unless somebody buys it and wants to do that.
You can,
That's all I would
give it
do.
the DIY look, too, if you really want to. Get like a palette or something, wood finish, all kinds of stuff.
I'm just
Great
trying to move
idea.
this
Thanks,
along.
Stu.
You're welcome. Best idea ever.
Brian L. Crawford. Hola, Jared, Stephen, Todd, Noah, and Dan. R.I.P. Joe. Brian from Denver. Brian from Denver, Colorado. Here's my question.
I forgot my question already.
Do you take your camera with you everywhere? I've started doing it and have been able to get some great shots and stuff recently, but part of me feels it's dumb/risky overkill. Thoughts? I don't think it's dumb, I don't think it's risky, and I don't think it's overkill, but no, I do not take my camera everywhere because I want to focus on what I'm doing. Mike Manzin. Mike P. in the place to be, Memphis, Tennessee. How much of and when do you let your second shooter use their own work from a wedding, or do you ever let them? Do you let them tag the bride when they post their photos? That's where I got that from.
Gotcha.
Thoughts?
Right,
P.S.
I feel like you already answered that.
Had to shoot a wedding in full sun this past weekend, and the critique of Steven's surprise wedding was good to see ahead of the time.
Yep.
I would
Sucks, doesn't
I would
it?
let them post it, but I wouldn't let them tag the person at all. Andy _ Stevenson, 32. Andrew Stevenson, Temple, Texas. Would love to see you guys come to Fort Hood, biggest army base in the U.S., and take some pictures of the troops. Also, would love to have a signed photo print from you for my apartment. Always love watching the show. Keep up the good work. We'd love to do something like that for a
Something.
show.
Yeah, that would
We're
be
definitely
cool.
working on that.
Fro boot camp.
So one last
Yeah.
One last question. Ryan Pitts, 32. Hey, Fro. Jared. Sorry. It says, hey, Jared. Ryan again from Minnesota. Business money question. How do you come up with a way or amount to pay employees? Stephen, Todd, and Dan. And do you just consider yourself the business, or do you pay yourself and leave a percentage for the business? Thanks
question.
as always, and keep up the great work. A lot of it's you negotiate pricing or what is a fair market value plus bonuses and stuff like that. In terms of me getting paid, I take a salary, but of course everything that's left in the business is mine at the end of the year. But I leave a lot of money in the business to reinvest back into the business and building it. Thus, reinvesting is having new employees. Steven.
That's why we got money just to throw around
I
here.
just got paid recently from the guy. Thank you, Jared, for giving me this.
We're paying cold
Yeah.
cash here.
That's really how it works. Reinvesting back into the business.
Yeah.
That's really what happens.
That's the smartest way to go. Putting money back into your career.
Yep.
And so that is the flying solo portion. Now it's time to get into Wheel of Fro and the memes. On the wheel, we've got my bag.
Yes.
Store.froknowsphoto.com to pick up my bag. Rode microphones. Kessler Crane. Go to KesslerCrane.com. I didn't see it. What was it?
Nothing.
You don't want to see that one.
KesslerCrane.com/Fro. Fro10, get 10% off Kessler Crane. We've got Spin Again. We've got Jared on the wheel with a cannon coming out of his the pants area.
It's more like
Last week it landed on that.
So we've got another printer?
Yes, the guy's printer has already been shipped.
Oh, awesome.
I took care of that myself, and then the printer's back on the wheel.
Nice.
So it was a
Nice.
Pro 10. It doesn't matter. It's a free damn printer.
You have
That's
the Pro
amazing.
10.
I do.
The one we
did the real
first
world review
reviewed
of.
2 years ago or something.
AdoramaPix.com. Skipping my video guide because we just did a sale on it. Think Tank Photo. Love their bags. Audioblocks.com/go/Fro. You hear the audio running all the time. Store.froknowsphoto.com to pick up some t-shirts. Pay attention. I'm going to be doing a nice sale, a blowout sale coming out. Rode microphone once again. We got Lexar. We use the hub. We use the cards. We use that all. We're getting Dan a hub so
Yep.
he can transfer stuff. You win my
thank you.
face. Hoya. FroKnowsPhoto. You got FroKnowsPhoto guides. Squarespace.com/Fro. If you don't have a website yet, go build it in Squarespace. Use my code FRO. Finally, videoblocks.com/go/Fro to get your B-roll. I wanted to blow through that because Todd has to get to a dance recital.
Yep.
His daughter's dancing.
She's not dancing. She's in Matilda, the play.
I don't even know what the hell Matilda is.
She's playing Miss Honey.
She's Miss Honey.
So should I spin the wheel from the back end again to see if I
let's see
did
if
it?
you can hit it again.
You want me to spin from
This
the
is your
opposite
lucky
way?
side.
Do it
I
from the
guess.
opposite side, because that's when the winners happen.
Exactly, yeah. So hopefully they'll land on the bag this week.
Yes, please.
All right, what time is it? Round and round it goes.
We can scream!
Where it stops, nobody knows. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Oh, spin again. We
See,
were
what
one
happens,
click
though,
off.
is because you always spin it the same way each week, and we never move it
No,
from
it
the
moved.
Oh, it did
was,
move?
It was on my
Oh,
bag.
you're right, it was on your bag.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more time.
Oh, switching sides up.
Let's just
and round it goes.
let's spin it like 5 more times since nobody's downstairs.
What? Huh?
What?
What?
Where it stops, nobody knows. It landed on spin again. Uh-oh.
Bag.
Nope.
Bag.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hoya! Who is not officially a sponsor anymore.
They're just cool guys.
So somebody's going to win some Hoya stuff.
Nice.
So congratulations goes out to, hold on.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Andy Stevenson!
Hey!
Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! Fuck yeah!
Get some.
From Temple, Texas! Congratulations!
We're all gonna lose our voices.
Speaking of Temple, it reminded me that on the internet right now is going around
Are you going to Temple, Jared?
an updated version of GoldenEye 007.
Oh, the best game.
They redid the maps for modern technology.
Really?
Yes. Go look for it. I think somebody's going to release this.
I'm gonna read
Anyway,
this Brown Eye as
freaking love
well.
that
That's
game.
the Wheel of Fro. Congratulations to this guy, Andy
great.
Stevenson. You're getting something from Hoya, and you asked for a signed print. Tell me what print
This was
you
the
want.
guy about the army stuff, right?
Yeah, Fort Hood,
Cool.
biggest army base. Maybe I'll sign a print and have it sent to him. I'll print it on the Canon printer.
There you go.
Well, actually, it's already printed. I have 8 million prints on the floor.
Of yourself?
No, of stuff. I don't think he wants one of me. I think he wants one of my work.
Oh,
right.
I thought it was one of you.
I tried to figure that out too, but I was like, he probably wants a picture of something I've taken, not a picture
Yeah, that
of
makes
me.
more sense. But
He wants a picture of me.
the way he wrote it, though.
All right, let's get to the memes.
Let's do it.
All right, it's time for memes, where you send them in to singwheeloffro@gmail.com, your memes. Now, I gave you that booty dance music. Hopefully, somebody memed it. All right, what's the first one, Todd?
It's from Aaron Harrell. It's Frolympics.
Dick.
And apparently, we're swimming in his sweat. I'm sweating and everything is out of focus. Nice of me to let Jared win. I always knew I was better than Todd.
That's funny.
It's
I
hilarious.
look at my I have 12,800 on my
On
swim
your
cap.
swim cap. What's the next one?
Next
Let me-
one is from Austin Paz. It's Miss Hatton meme. Starting off with, "Hi, I'm Natalie. Oh shit, a girl.
Oh, God.
I gotta go."
That's great.
Next one is from Carlos
comic strip look,
Salas. It's the FroKnows Lion.
That's really good. That's funny.
Where'd that photo? I know where that photo. I think Adam took that photo.
When you dressed up like a lion?
No.
Next one's from Elvis Perez. Mari Frovich. When it comes to Stephen Polar and Eckert Gonzalez, JPEG, you are the father.
No, it says Jared Polin Eckert Gonzalez. JPEG has the acronym.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get that now. I see the joke you made. You are the father.
And it says, when shooting raw isn't the best choice. Wait, so why
I
is
love
Todd
the
up there, too?
reaction.
Look at Todd's.
Are these like the potential fathers or something?
I guess.
Look at Todd's.
That's
Your
my
reaction,
old.
though.
That's my old passport photo.
Todd's
They
mugshot.
didn't want it. All right, next.
Next one is from Jerome Demers. Print Porsche pics. Now I'll be able to print all my Porsche pictures.
All right.
Next one's from Mark Neal from the UK. Straight out of focus, he calls this. Just checking your focus, Steven. Screw you, Todd. Hey guys, I'm ready for my close-up. Then I see Steven's first attempt though over in the corner.
Hey, Mark, learn how to spell.
Where do you spell stuff
Attempt.
wrong?
Next one is from Real Passion Films.
Oh.
It's Get Fro Fit. Apparently, you're working out with my wife.
666 likes.
She says working out with my favorite Jew.
I like that your wife is now a part of the show.
Oh, man.
Anyways. And this last video is from Dominic Hook, FroKnowsPhoto meme.
All right, I'm going to let this play right now.
Meow.
Oh, it's his heart beating.
And hers not.
They're not really fun. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That's great.
Dominic Hook, photography
Nice
and
plug,
film.
Nice
asshole.
plug, yeah.
Dick.
That's great.
And that is the memes.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What are we picking? A guide?
Yeah. Who wants a guide?
I think the first one's funny as hell.
The Fro Olympics.
Aaron Harrell.
Aaron
Oh,
Harrell.
it's hilarious.
Aaron
What-
Harrell, Fro Olympics.
What else, guys?
I like the lion.
Yeah, the lion's really, really good.
So that's Carlos
Super
Salas.
creative.
So we'll give something to the lion.
I think
Salas.
the father one too, though, the Elvis Perez, but he's won multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
he's
for
a
submitting, Elvis. We'll give
Yeah.
you more stuff in the
it's
future.
great. It's funny.
And then let's give something to the last one for the video because
Yeah,
that takes
I
some
agree.
time.
I agree.
Dominic Hook.
Dominic Hook.
And Dan will catch this in the audio because I'm saying it right to the computer that he's going to be using.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, so that's pretty much going to be it, guys. RAWtalk 195 in the books.
Yes.
Dan, hashtags that you came up with this week? Hashtag Todd's search history. Steven, anything you want to add before we go?
Nope. Let's wrap it up.
You can find all the photo news and more over at FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-195.
Yep.
That's where you can find
All the
this
videos,
week's show.
all the
I don't
content,
even know
everything.
what Dan is
Give
doing
me
in the
another one.
background.
Oh, he's got all the cupcakes now.
Give me another one.
I'm not eating it because I bought a brownie for my date tonight.
Cupcake me.
I bought 2 brownies for a date tonight.
Oh!
Dan, what's the icing made of?
Print. It's made of print.
I don't know. What
Prints.
is this icing made out of, though?
Oh my god, that's so good. Oh my. I can't wait to eat. This is so heavy. What is in it? Holy shit. Oh my god, Dan makes I don't want to eat this.
What is this green stuff in it?
What's this salty
Here, Dan.
protein in the middle?
What is this white gooey substance in the middle?
That's cream cheese. All right, guys. So anyway, we're eating cupcakes. I'm not. I'm saving it. I got a date later. And well, I
With
bought
Natalie?
2 brownies this morning.
Yeah.
Well, one for her, and it's not actually a brownie like one of those brownie girls. It's a brownie.
No Girl Scouts for you.
All right, Todd's enjoying his thing. Thank you
Oh my
guys
God,
for
head
watching.
rush.
Thank you for watching the show. Don't forget all the hashtags. If you please like, comment, share everything that we do from here on out, because if you like it and share it, more people will see it. Plus, it helps us out. We really appreciate you. Thanks to Rode Microphone. Jeff, remember to tell Rode right now that we're talking nicely. We really appreciate Rode. Rode has been very supportive, honestly, has been very supportive of us for the last couple of years, through many contests, through sponsorship, and through hopefully bringing us to Australia for all you Australian listeners to get us to go to Bindi. Maybe we can do a live RAWtalk from the zoo. Australian
Bindi?
zoo.
Bindi will be the special guest that you interview?
You know what? I'm going to go
Most
on a limb.
awkward
I'm going to
RAWtalk
go on a
ever.
limb right now, and I'm going to tell you this. We will attempt while in Australia to do a RAWtalk from the Australian Zoo and interview Bindi Irwin
Oi!
on the show.
I'm going to go try not
Oi.
to say oi at all.
I'll try not to get arrested.
And didgeridoo. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.